Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome back to another tutorial where I'm gonna be making Michael Myers. Well, this would be the fourth time I'm trying to make this because every time I try to do this, it's either somebody trying to, yeah, I don't want to get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna open recover autosave because we had a power outage and I lost almost an hour and a half making this. So I think it should be this one. If it's not this one, power recover autosave. I fucking hope it. Uh, Shouldn't be this one. No, that's Jason. So that's Michael Myers. But I fucked up the head. The mask. As you can see right there. If I go into blend mode, well, shaded mode, that's basically what it looks like. It's not too bad. But I'm gonna feel bad not showing you how to do this, so I'm gonna delete everything except for the knife. Control I and X and delete. There's Alt P, clear parent, and Alt G, Alt H. So I already have this. Control Tab. Oh, Alt G, Alt R. I'm gonna need this armature. This is the one I used to make the Jason armature. I just used a few of the spine bones and gave them, custom shapes. Basically the same shapes I gave the hips and the head. So that's the head shape and that's the shoulder shape. That's all I changed on that. So no need to worry about that. So again, I made this model in MakeHuman. So I'm not gonna explain how to do that. The only thing I really changed in it is I'm gonna have to show this. Let me open MakeHuman. Okay, so that's the first thing I used. And also I played with the head a bit, and the other thing I did is I used the smooth. So it just smooths out the whole thing. So just look at references of Michael Myers' face mask. Don't worry about the color, whatever. You're just gonna be using about this for the skin color. And also the eyes. I made it pink eyes. That's basically all I changed. So I'm gonna just save this. And then I'm gonna close MakeHuman. And then I'm gonna go pop back into Blender. Then I'm gonna shift, well, file, import. A Colorado Day file. And I've already got this, so I'm gonna import him. And it should be already lined up with my armature, so that's gonna be a good thing. The second thing we want to do is set this to alpha clip. Alpha clip. on the materials tab. Before we do that, tab into edit mode. Select these, Control L, and it be in selection. You want this basically separate because we're gonna basically reshape this. Is it? I'm just gonna bring this down a little bit. Is it? Something like that. Then the eyes, just bring them down and pop them back into place. For the eyes, you're gonna need to go alpha clip. So from blend mode, you just set this to alpha clip. And hook the alpha up to the alpha on your shader, you know. So it's gonna compile and it's gonna give you something like that. Same with hair. Alpha clip. And hook the alpha up to the alpha. And then there should work fine. Okay, then you see we've got this specular map. You just hook that up to the specular. And it should do something like that. I don't think the eyes has the same. It might have the same. Yep, it does. Specular to the specular. Now, obviously, everything is super bright. Don't worry about that. We're gonna fix that in a moment. Okay. What we're gonna do to make the face mask, we are still gonna be needing this. I'm just gonna duplicate this and then press H to hide because I'm gonna edit this and I'm gonna show you exactly what we have here. I'm only gonna need the face mask. So if you select these vertices right here, it should go all the way around. Then I'm gonna press X and vertices. So it's gonna delete all of these vertices. And then for the nose, X vertices. That might be too far. Yeah, that should be fine. Control L and L on this. We don't need the rest of this. I'm just gonna delete these vertices. I only need this face mask. It looks like a mask. You see that? Then when I press Alt H and go to this one and just remove its material, that's what you should see. Obviously, it's not what you need to see, but that's what you should see. Then you're gonna scale this up. Well, actually, no. Let's do it like this. I'm gonna sculpt this out. No, actually, just scale this like this and scale it forward a bit. Yeah, that should be good. Now for this face mask. Oh man, I have to do everything again. Oh shit, I'm gonna give it a new material. I'm gonna shift A, I'm gonna make a texture, I'm gonna give it a noise texture. I'm gonna duplicate this noise texture because this is gonna be used for the bump map for this. But before I do that, let's just delete that. I'm gonna press Ctrl T on this and go from this to a converter color ramp. Hook the factor onto the factor. Doesn't really matter if you use the color or the factor, and then I'm gonna plug this into the base color. Now you got something like that. So you can bring the scale up now until you find something that you like, and I'm gonna go a bit higher. Something like this. Now, right now I'm just trying to get the dirt on the face. You know, just some... Why did it have to crash? Why, oh why? I think that should be fine. I'm gonna duplicate this and Control T on this again, because this is gonna be different. This one is gonna be different. Shift A and give it a vector and a bump node, just like that, and go from the vector to the height, and set the normal to the normal. Now you're gonna see something weird happening. I mean, that looks horrible, doesn't it? Bring the strength down. Now, just gonna give a little bit of detail to this. You know, like a rubber type detail. That's what I'm looking for. And I can say, okay, so I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm done with the mask. No, I am not. Okay, so with this face mask on the inside, I'm just gonna hide the eyes first. This thing. Okay, now we're gonna start sculpting this thing again. Sculpt mode. And I'm gonna need my grab brush for this. And also I'm gonna need the the x-axis mirror. I don't know why these eyes look so crooked. Look like like these are crooked. They're not looking straight. So I'm gonna tap into edit mode, select only one side, and L, X faces, and then the other one, Control L, X vertices. So tab, RZ, and then let's give it a mirror modifier. And then just apply. They might be a little too far. And the shadows, I'm just gonna turn off the give it contact shadows, custom distance, and well, actually no, I don't want the soft shadows. I want contact shadows. Oh yeah, and you're gonna keep listening to this because the only one I found that's not copyright. I'm gonna Control J on this and move it up. Select these. Control J to join these up. Just move them down. Now I'm gonna need a new texture. I hate this part. Shift A and give it a. Well, actually, you can just duplicate this one and just change it. Shift T and Alt P. So for this one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Shift S. Sorry, Shift S, texture and image texture. And just to make sure it's not too low poly, I'm gonna hit new and I'm gonna times this by 2. but I'm going to do it on both of these. So I'm going to go on my numpad, I'm going to hit the start button and I'm going to press 2. So now it's going to be twice as big. Then I'm going to call this mask detail nodes. Doesn't need the alpha, so I don't even do the alpha. Okay, so now we got this. Now we're gonna mix these two together. So we're gonna need a mix RGB. So that's gonna be a vector, no color, mix RGB. And pop that in there. Set this to add. Put this on the bottom one. I don't know why I have to recalculate that because it's exactly the same fucking thing. Okay, so for this one I'm gonna Control T. And it needs to recalculate that as well. Come on, man, what the fuck? I don't get it. Why does it need to recalculate that? Okay, so the color goes into the second one. So now we have two maps we have to work with. Okay, this one I can understand. But also another thing is I'm gonna have to duplicate this and pop it in there. And hit Alt P with this one. So this one runs on its own bump map. You will see why that's gonna be in a moment. So that's gonna go to the bump, that's gonna go to the color ramp, and we're gonna see some weird shit happening. So with this thing, when I select this and I go into texture paint with this, maybe just bring the strength up. And I start painting on this, you will see something like this is happening. But that's not what you want to see. I don't know what the fuck it's painting in now. Is it painting the right thing? Is it? Where's the texture? So this is the normal map. Ah, shit, it's still compiling. Okay, so when it's done compiling, let's see what happens when I make a small cut along his face. No, compile faster, you motherfucker. Okay, that was a delayed reaction. I'm working too fast with Blender. So I can't see if it's bring up anything, you know, anything on the bump of this thing. No, it is not. can't remember what I had it as the last time. I know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna look this up for now. Ah, that makes sense. That's what fucked up. But now it's mirroring, and I don't want it to mirror. So what I'm gonna do is just turn this into a UV image editor. No. Image editor, there we go. And then select the face mask. And we should see now a few of these lines. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead into paint and I'm gonna use the dropper. Or I can just smear it out. Okay, to make sure it doesn't mirror on the other side, there was a setting for that on the texture. Symmetry. You can turn off the symmetry. We don't need the symmetry. Because we want to do this completely procedural. Or whatever you want to call it. And yes, the mask actually does have these weird fucking airs. That was just in case you're wondering. Why does it look like it's denting in instead of out? Okay, it was. This one I think should dent inwards. Now this is just checking out where you can do some damage on the mask. Oh, fuck me. I don't know why it won't redo. Shift Control Z. Control Z. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like this. Okay, before you lose the... Well, if you close Blender, this is never gonna reopen again. This image would be gone completely. So what do is go and image and save as. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this so you can see where I've got this. I'm gonna go up. You can see I've got Mike Myers. I'm gonna go to my textures and I'm gonna save image as. There we go. So now this whole thing is saved as one fucking texture. Okay, so that's Michael Myers, you guys. So that's basically just texture painting, and you're not really painting the texture, you're just painting in the details. I mean, seriously, that's not really hard to do. You just eyeball it. I don't even have to look at a reference for that. But I feel this is a little too white. This whole thing is way too white for me. So I'm gonna go back into my shader editor for this and go and look for my first color ramp. Oh, and another thing. Another thing. Let's see if they work together now. Okay, obviously, because I have to have this on. Add, was it? Still looks creepy. Let's try multiply. Okay, so no, multiply doesn't work. And let me just switch these around real quickly. And try mix. I'm gonna keep messing with this until I find something that works. Oh, and it always takes an hour to compile. Okay, so mix works. Okay. And I fucked up the ends. No, I did not. Because I should have another material for the ends. There we go. I just made another material that actually corresponds with the ends. So, oh yeah. You should know how to do this. If you don't know how to do this, you're an idiot. Let's make a new material, re-import the textures. That's it. Okay, so for this, it's too shiny. So, we're gonna bring the roughness up all the way. I don't want it to be shiny. I want it to be rough. And then this has a normal map. Before I do the normal map, hook the specular up to the specular. Press Ctrl T. Move these out of the way and press Ctrl J. Actually, no, don't press Ctrl J yet. So this one is going with that. Then box select these and press Ctrl J. Now, you can actually press Ctrl G, well, just group them, but I don't want to make this a group yet. But, you know. What do we need? Oh, excuse me. Shift A. And it's gonna be a vector, a bump node. Shift A. Image texture. Control T on that as well. And then open. Now I'm gonna have to go back to my textures. And I've got the cold suit 1. Oh, what a surprise, it doesn't work. Oh, I didn't hook it up. What a surprise. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so color goes into the height. Okay. And the normal goes into the normal. As you've realized before, I mean, come on. If you don't know how to do this, holy shit, that looks bad. Then you bring the strength down. It's about something like that. Something like that. Can even go lower. If it's going to allow me to go lower. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now this is where the shit starts. Alt H. Okay. Now go into the armature tab. If you didn't watch my previous video for this, where I made this, you will know I've got two groups. The main armature group and the IK group. But some of these I actually brought in as IK for rigging purposes. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this, well, basically everything, and then just select this. Make sure you don't have the light. You only want everything except for the light. And make sure the armature is selected last. Control P with automatic weights. Now basically everything's gonna work perfectly except for one thing. I will show you. Watch. Control T. Control tab into this. You will see the arms should work perfectly. What a surprise. It works perfectly. Okay, I'm not gonna do that yet. This works. But look at the fucking head. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's just stuck in place. And it is parented to the modifiers. It's parented to the come on, man. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Okay. See, it fails. It fucking fails. So that means we have to do this ourselves. By weight painting. Select this, and then weight paint. Now, last time I didn't have this problem. It just didn't, rotate correctly. So I'm gonna select this bone. Okay. And now to make sure I've got a proper, weight to this, I'm gonna turn on the X mirror, so it mirrors on the X. And also I'm gonna need the that. So, and then on the stroke, the brush stroke, instead of space, I'm gonna make it a line. Go into front view, go from the top of it to the bottom. And if it doesn't work because it's on subtract, so I'm gonna add. Let's try that again. And it's on space again, for fuck's sakes. Line. So the strength is way too high. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Stop changing. And when I press Control Z, it's gonna change back. Watch. This is so irritating. Okay, it's too red at the bottom, so I'm gonna need to bring the strength down and make it line. That's a bit better. That was too much. And that's a problem. So time to edit mode for this. Control tab. Time to edit mode for this. Before you do that, just hide this. Because what you're going to need is to delete these. First of all. Then I'm gonna select everything right there. Then I'm gonna go back into weight paint. Well, before I do that, and now I can use this space. And then I'm gonna subtract. I thought I said space. You will see what I'm gonna do with this in a moment. Let me just finish my smoke. Okay. Oh no, not darken. What was it? Seems to work. Not perfectly, I might add. Cool. Looks like everything else works nice and perfect. So like I said, it's only the mask that always fucks me around. But now we've got Michael Myers. Now you can do something with the cold suit, give him a noise texture on the clothes. So it looks a little more dirty, and I think I will do that for you guys. I mean, this video is already pretty long, so we might as well. So what we do inside of this, not anywhere else, inside of this, I'm gonna duplicate this and press Ctrl T. So I've got two groups now. And I can select this whole thing, just move it up. And these are supposed to be inside of this group. I don't know why it changes up, or I don't know. Okay, so this is going to be a issue. I need this out of the way for now. So I'm gonna need add a color and a mix RGB. And this is gonna be a noise texture. So Shift S and texture and noise. I'm gonna plug the factor into a color ramp vector converter color ramp. Pop that in there. Factor to the color. Oh well, factor to the factor. This one is going to be color to color 2. Now it's not gonna look like anything's happening because we don't have any scale on this just yet. So you can see the color changes completely. So the factor we can bring down a little bit. It's gonna make them look dirty all over. So that's a lazy way of doing that. And I'm serious, it's the lazy way of doing that. And we still have the normal color, if you were wondering. Now you can play between these two, so bring whatever you need up or down. You can play with the roughness of this. You can play with the detail. I think bringing the detail up a lot, you know, actually does a lot. You can play with the distortion a little bit. I said a fucking little bit. Jeez. But the distortion doesn't really do you any justice. Okay. So obviously I don't know why, you know, can try and do this. Set inverts. Let's see what happens when we play with the color of this a bit. Something like that. So it looks somewhat dirty. Okay, now again with the armature, make sure when you do this, you only want to see the IK, so only select this one, because that's the one we're gonna be doing the animations with and whatever you want to do with it. So you're only going to need these. Again, I'm gonna upload this for you guys. This is completely my work, so I can give it away completely fucking free. So don't worry about it. And I have this knife, which I already will alter, which I just made, you know. And why is this thing on normal? Put it on local. GG. which is why I said after original. Now, Michael Myers doesn't just use a kitchen knife. He uses a variety of things. Whatever he gets his hands on, he will fucking kill you with. Doesn't matter if it's a knife, a bottle, a fucking fire axe. Go watch his movies. Go fucking watch his movies. This guy is a psychopath. One of the best psychopaths you get. I? What in the fuck? This is wrong. What in the hell? What in the actual fuck happened there? That's something I haven't seen happen before, so sorry for the inconvenience. I didn't even know that was a thing. What do you think? Does it look creepy enough for you? If not, that's your problem. That might be a little too much. Just looking at some minor details I'm looking at, so Yeah, that looks better. Again, not perfect, but you got Michael Myers. Haha. These shoulders look so fucking weird. Oh yeah, you can actually scale these. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so that's Michael Myers for you guys. So if you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Don't forget to leave a comment down below to let me know what you want to learn in the near future in Blender. And also, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll always be in the loop for when the next video comes out. And I'm gonna thank you for watching this video once again, because you guys brought me up to 30 subscribers. From 12 to 30. That's so awesome. Thank you for that. So if you want me to do gaming video, if you want me to do like these type of horror style stuff, trust me, I got Jason, Michael Myers, and Freddy Krueger so far. I think I'm gonna try Chucky the next video. I might. I don't say I'm going to. I might. So, without further ado, I'm gonna say goodbye and good night. So, I'm gonna upload this file as soon as I can. You can use it for whatever you want, but remember the one thing you're gonna be looking at. You only have the mask and something with the face. Okay. And also there. This is actually supposed to be part of this. And if you don't believe me, this is how it's supposed to look, I'm gonna say you don't know anything about Michael Myers. Check it out. He does have the brown hair. I mean, look at that. I don't put that much detail. Look at that mask. No, it's completely blank. This one looks, I don't know. Doesn't look good. Uh-huh. But as you can see, this is Michael Myers. He has brownish hair on the mask for some reason. I have no idea why. just going through this and just trying to compare mine with this one. See that? It's not completely off. Something looks off. No wonder. I have no idea why the... No, you can see this, but you can't see straight through this. Okay. Okay, but so there you have it. Mine isn't completely off, you know. All things considered, me just fucking around with something like this. So again, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. And have a horrifying day. Don't get murdered now. And if you do, murder them back.